This is the Newsload.
Hi, I'm Carrie Anne and we're here with Newsload, and today we're interviewing the adorable, the younger, the cuter Mike Myers. No, I'm kidding.
He hasn't been cute in 20 years. Yeah.
Sean Proudlove, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's a little early for me, but
All is all.
no, it isn't. I got up really early. It's my only day off, so I'm doing chores.
Can I complain about laundry? How even while you're cleaning your laundry, there's dirty laundry it never ends.
Well, that's how you find the dirty laundry, is you do a load and then you find some. I actually literally just put a load in, and then I saw the shirt that I wanted to wash sitting on the chair beside the washer.
Yeah, because you like, it has like a half a day's wear left in it before it starts, like being horrific.
Which is about 2 days wear for me. I'll stretch it out as much as I can. So, depends what I'm eating. Like, I spill food on myself all the time. So that's why you're only seeing my head right now. I'm just covered in food. My
best friend is adorable. We got custom shirts, something like for a bachelorette party or something like that. Just white wife beater, tank tops with, like, I think it was Spank or something stupid across it. And we went to lunch, and it just happened to be a Mexican place, and within about 5 minutes of, they bring the nachos and the salsas, sort of the appetizer, and she splooches the salsa all over a brand new, custom made white, and
yeah,
the look on her face of just like, well, now I gotta go buy another shirt.
Oh yeah. Well, anything white is, you have to be meticulous at not spilling stuff. I get a lot of pattern shirts, different colors, affordable foods I can put on there. I want a rainbowy color because I'm gonna spill every color on me. I can't wear white. Yeah. Not even a little bit.
I noticed that this shirt was like automatically wrinkly, and I was like, bonus! I could wear a shirt that it's cool to be wrinkled. Like, what's up?
People say that it's automatically wrinkly. I'm like, I've seen that shirt ironed. Yeah, for sure.
It's a
wrinkly wear. I used to do a
shirt.
joke about it. Yeah. It automatically wrinkled. It's the way it goes. So
that's the look.
Gives you that disheveled look. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Or am I just lying to myself?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, but I mean, if you see me iron, it really doesn't matter. I just crease the hell out of it, so it has distinct creasy marks, and the burn mark of an iron.
The burn. It's terrible. So, I guess your least favorite hotel experience before a show, you're ironing a shirt. You only brought 2 for the weekend, and you burned one of them. What do you do? What do you do, Sean?
Well, I didn't stay in all the fancy hotels that always had irons. A lot of the places didn't have irons. Yucks doesn't get you rooms with irons. They strike a deal so that they get $1 off the room and you don't get an iron. I always just wore the wrinkly shirt. That's really what it came down to. You bring it up at the top so that it's, nobody's noticing, but I look slobby most of my career, so it was part of the character that I was doing.
Larry Horowitz was my teacher at Humber for comedy, and he taught us to put hot water into a liquor or wine bottle and roll that over your shirt, or bring the shirt in the shower with you and steam it in the shower. These are all broke, no iron, and hotel for the kids.
All good ideas, exactly. But it's, or you just go buy a new shirt and then take it back the next day.
Yeah, and lose all your profits from the weekend drive of gas and the hotel.
Yeah, I flew into Edmonton once, and I didn't have a jacket. I forgot my jacket, and it was winter. And I went to Sears, bought a jacket, and then took it back 5 days later. So she's like, the tags are missing. I'm like, they didn't have tags. So I was just very nice to her. But I mean,
what are you
going to say? I didn't bring a jacket.
You
I had the receipt. Yeah, it was a good jacket, but I didn't want to spend all my money. So that's that or freeze. So. But yeah, all those tips like that. I mean, I depends. If I'm the headliner, I got to iron my shirt. If I'm the middle act, yeah, I don't got ironing money. So yeah, I'm sure if I look back at a lot of pictures, my shirts were not the best. So, but I can iron now if I really have to. So, but
I have a steamer thing, like those hand steamers, and instead
oh
of
yeah,
ironing, I'm in love with that. Plus the fact that if you put it under the armpits, you're good to go for another day.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it? It burns your armpit hair into submission. Is
Well, no,
that,
no, no. Like you take the shirt off.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
also
Well,
learned that I actually did try and steam the shirt while it was on me, and there are like three burn steam marks because
yeah.
like literally put steam on me, like I was, in an action movie and trying to be interrogated for
It
information.
is. Humans shouldn't be steamed. We might be delicious like lobster. Nobody knows. Well, a few people know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
some
the
people do.
technology
Those
they have
cute
now.
twins. Who are those cute twins that were cannibals recently?
I don't
Um,
know. Was there? Yeah,
yeah,
there
yeah.
was. They were triplets at first. That's how they got into the old cannibalism. Yeah. So
And I've
yeah,
been
I
told
don't know.
the butt, like if you ever watched Alive, the soccer players, their plane crash and then they ate each other. I've been told
Mhm.
that the butt, the ass, is the tastiest, fattiest part of the body to eat.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the first cut. Exactly. I don't want to eat ligaments. I don't like chicken ligaments. Probably not gonna like human ligaments. So,
The
yeah, the
the
media
pork
soccer
butt
player would have
of
been
it all.
right up there. So I'd be
Oh
like,
yeah, tender and
yeah,
lean. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Oh
soccer
yeah, for
player
sure.
butt.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, you do what you got to do, right? I mean, who knows? Humans might be. We're all one delicious sauce away from being eaten. There's a lot of things I've eaten where I'm like, dear God, I don't eat that. Then they're like, try it with this sauce, and I'm like, ooh. So we're the same way. That's. I
Is
mean,
there is there
if we
something
ever meet,
you don't eat?
if we ever meet aliens, they're gonna be like, so you eat everything on the planet, everything, and we're like, mm-hmm, yes, we do.
Yeah, we're
We're locust.
cricket burgers and everything. Is there something that you won't eat?
Yeah, if it looks gross, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I'm pretty finicky. So but there's lots of things to eat, so it's not like I can't be finicky. I mean, apocalyptic Sean would eat a rat, but this Sean right now probably not.
Sylvester
But
Stallone and a rat burger. Very cool.
yeah. Well, once again, who's cooking the rat? Is it Gordon Ramsay? If I'm gonna have a rat something, professional chef. But it's one of those things where yeah, there's a lot of things I would need. I'm sure if I went to a few foreign countries, I would be like, oh. So, but I've been proven wrong.
When
There's
I was
things that
in Vancouver, they would have a lot of seafood towers that I would enjoy, and I didn't like jellyfish. It was like elastic rubber bands.
yeah, no,
Not a
yeah, it's
fan.
like a jujube that just didn't harden enough. So no
Yeah,
thanks. Yeah, I'm not a seafood guy. I like halibut
fish and
and
chips. Oh
cod.
yeah.
Basically anything that's in that batter. If you put the batter in there, so but otherwise, yeah, I don't like seafood. It tastes very oceany to me. So
Well, no,
so I
like
pass.
oceany if it's not fresh, but Vancouver really spoiled us at giving us the freshest fish.
They say that people are like you got to try the salmon. I'm like it tastes like ocean to me. So it just a lot of fish like that. So I don't know if somebody forced me to eat it as a child. I have no idea, but I do not
And
like it.
old
So
stuff, old like frozen and microwaved salmon is probably not awesome, or like from the can.
yeah, no, it even tuna. I don't like tuna. I mean, I'll eat tuna if I have to. But if it doesn't have the mayonnaise and all the other accoutrements, pass. It's just the way it goes. But no, more tuna for everyone else. So although I think you guys are eating all the ocean up, so
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. It's getting bad.
that's
The
fine.
overfishing,
Yeah, exactly.
pretty horrible.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think sushi. That's probably one of the reasons more people eat sushi than ever before. So,
Mhm.
that's the way it goes. If it becomes popular, it's the way it's expensive. So, and only going to get more expensive. So,
So have you
crickets it is.
met Mike Myers?
No, I never met him. I don't think I met a couple people from SNL. long past their prime. But they're just most stars and things like that. When you'd meet them at shows and stuff, I never talked to them. I just didn't. I'm not a one of these people that's got to get an autograph or got to get well before selfies as well. I mean, as I say, it's now you couldn't not take a selfie. People would take selfies, but like when Robin Williams used to come to the well, quite a few. And I said to him, I'm like, you're so gracious with people taking pictures. He would always take a picture of somebody, but how many times a day did somebody ask to take a picture? Like it would have been annoying. So although I had the opportunity, I did not. But luckily, somebody got video of him and me on stage together, so that was good. But it was one of those things where
is it on YouTube?
Jason Lamb has it. I've seen it.
Can you send me the link?
So I think I don't even know where it is. It's one of those things. I haven't seen it in forever. But I know he took the video because I think he desperately wanted to get a photo. But he used to come to the well unexpectedly. Sometimes we'd kind of know, and it was insane. Like it was insane.
He loved Stanley Park to be able to bike around, and it's one of the
he would do his set in that outfit.
Cities to be able to do it. Vancouver was impressive. Even at like 2 a.m, I could be like stumbling in my heels and terrible, diving into strangers' back seats to give me a ride home.
Yeah. Well, it's a different city now, but it had its charm.
2006. That was a while ago.
Yeah, exactly.
That was when Robin was riding the bike around.
Yeah, he would show up full gear, do his outfit in one of those Speedo outfits, and people were enthralled. Like I have never seen anything like it. It just was a gathering.
How tight were the biker shorts? What, like, was he?
Oh, they were tight. Yeah.
Was he holding like a big balls?
I tried not to look at, so it was just more like, if I had to pick one thing, it was the energy that he brought. And it wasn't just so much his stand-up, just a buzz like, you just don't see. Like the well was a small room, and it was a buzz, and it was crazy.
It was impressive that he was sober for so long, but he seemed like he was coked out the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, he was very quiet to me. He just was very, and then as soon as he go on stage, he just, would turn it up, 0 to 60, and I would always just get to talk to him on the side, just waiting to bring him on and thing like that, and let him do his thing, and I had a chance to talk to him like 10 or 11 times that he came there because I was always emceeing, and it was really good. I mean, I think it was good for comedy, but I mean, we had some very good people that came through there, and as I say, they kind of had the same buzz, and I've seen some people that were, super funny on TV, and they didn't do well, and that's the way it goes. So it was a tough crowd,
Yeah, very tough. I remember going one night when he was opening up the Vancouver Yak Yaks with Mark Breslin, and I feel like people would like look back to see if Mark would laugh, to see if it was acceptable to laugh. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I remember watching him one night. It was playing video games on his cell phone. How many comedy shows has he had to watch and attend? I actually sat with him once at a showcase, and it was painful. It was painful because I don't like to sit that close and watch people, and I think you have to politely smile and that, and it was showcases make comics make terrible decisions and weird sets that they pick. I mean, I'm no exception. I did some crazy stuff for shows like that.
I remember Aaron Bird going up once and not saying a word. And I was like, oh, you're wasting your 5 minutes. Like, try something. No, the challenge is to be able to get a reaction without saying anything. And that was the art that I thought that he was wasting his time. But, I adore him. And
he's got a big presence, but, it's one of those things. I wish sometimes I didn't say anything. And I'm sure the audience would have been like, yeah, we're good with the silence with this guy. So, Yeah, I mean, you never know until you try, and then it's there's things I did and very successful first time, not so much the second time. Came back, and I mean, it's inconsistency, and I mean, that's the secret of stand-up comedy. How do you tell the joke the same way and get the same response roughly every time? If you can do that, you're going to do well. You don't want to sugar spike, and I know a lot of people that could be super funny, and I call them sugar spikers because they hit a high and then they cannot maintain it, or it's uncontrollable. And I used to do that at certain points. I could make a crowd go nutty, but I couldn't. I was not in control. I always said it was like Indiana Jones when the ball's chasing him. That's how I felt, where I'm like, I'm gonna get run over at some point because it's out of control, and I'm not in charge. And you just hope the next thing you say is funny, and not my favorite way to do stand up. So I like the success part, but I didn't like the. But I mean, those were off the cuff shows, right? Where you're doing it off the cuff, and as I say, you can't go back and do material. Be like, people just be like, "Boo, this stinks." But
with cancel culture happening, and all of the people who are just getting almost criticized for speaking, how do you feel about that?
I say, don't look back on my tweets. That's what. Yeah, no, I mean, I could probably be canceled 10 or 12 times over if you dug deep enough, but who's that bored? I don't like it in the sense that it's very pitchfork and torchy. It's the same people to be like, the first person to be like, she's a witch, burn them. If you just calling people out for stuff isn't doing anything. You're just generally doing it to get a following, fame. Most people, and they'll say, no, I am. No, you're not. You're going to go do things about it. You can go volunteer your time. You can help people. There's a lot of different ways you can deal with things, but just to call people out, should they be called out? Yeah, sure. But I mean, I've put many jokes and tweets out there that aren't about anybody. Not mean-spirited. It's just a joke. And it's a funny thing, a lot of that stuff where like, you can't say that, but then you watch a comic with ethnicity and things like that do the same joke, and they're like, oh, that's all right, that's hilarious, I'll buy his album. And I'm like, if that's the way you're gonna do it, and then say we have multiculturalism and all that, and I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense. One doesn't fit the other. And but I don't care. The world does what it wants. It will pick and choose. I mean, if you look at America, they love to create a star from nothing, and then they like to kick him right off that pedestal, and then they'll stomp on him and be like, see. But then they'll give it time, and then they'll be like, we'll give you another chance, you can come back. And I mean, that's them, and they've done it for so many people and so many things. I mean, if you look at all the comics that were up there now, they've been kicked down. I mean, they just like to do that. So it's part of the business. I mean, if you want to go into show business.
I feel Rosie O'Donnell has really been, canceled, unfortunately. And it's very interesting because I loved her in A League of Their Own. I loved her in, a lot of her movies. I loved her in her talk show. I thought she was sweet.
Yeah.
She was in love with Tom Cruise, and so am I. So, just being able
Well, I mean, you look at that, you look at Ellen, you look at a lot of people where they're just, Jimmy Fallon's just taking it on the chin this week.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it would be tough to be a star having a bunch of yes men around you constantly telling you stuff and trying to keep the money flowing, and then a lot of people to please and a lot of ignorant people. But if you have opinions, if you tell jokes that are opinions, you're going to pay the piper. And Rosie O'Donnell's always been that way. She's chirped in. I mean, but you got to be prepared to, but the problem is you can't explain yourself. You can be like, nobody listens. I mean, if you look at a thread where, somebody says, what's this? And then it's just 50 other things. Did you even read any of the other comments? So once again, pitchforks and torches. The world likes that type of stuff. They want their thing, but they won't listen to things. So, and I always said with stand up, I mean, I always kind of looked at it from every aspect. I mean, maybe there's a weird angle, and my jokes, I'm always involved in. In fact, you'd be hard pressed to find a joke where I'm not involved in, and I'm not involved in a lot of them. I don't have a sister. I never had a dog. It's like that, but I just put myself in there because I would take the brunt of the failure. But you could still find fault in my act because somebody's just, if you're looking to be that politically correct, then go to town. But I mean, I don't care. I'm a low level comic that barely does it anymore. So you can go do that and try and ruin somebody else. But not my cup of tea. Those people are not my favorite. And as I said, if they did it for the right reason, that's fine. But most of them don't. They do it to get an acceleration of followers, tweets, this and that. So people like to. Yeah, I mean the internet, as I say. I mean, if you look at something like TikTok, which I'm fascinated by, I mean, but it should be called copycat because, to be honest, it's just people stealing ideas off anyone else. If you did a video where you fell down and crapped yourself, somebody else would be like, hey, I can do a video like that as well. And then there's like 10 people doing them. Like, it's insane if you have a good idea. And there's some talented people on TikTok, but man, is there a lot of garbage. Like, I think it's sending women's lib back 100 years. It's people are reviewing cookies, and there's not just one. There's like 50 people reviewing the same cookie. And I'm like, yeah, it's a cookie. It's good. I don't care. I'd be like, you're telling me it's chewy.
There's this one
it's chocolatey.
But there's this one cookie that they like put fudge inside the cookie.
Yeah,
it's like,
sure.
Mr. Christie, have you been reading my diary? Come on.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Christie's terrible, but in the store brand, like as I say, most, and then they're just big and bigger. I mean, it's just one of those things where I am shocked that these people get a following for just eating food, and there's people starving in the world, and you're like, this cookie's crap, and they throw it over their shoulder.
I actually,
like, it's
during lockdown,
so
I was eating anyway, so I just stared at the camera and ate. Like, I loved it. There's this one girl, her name is Sass ASMR. She's making like 4 million a month just eating in front of the camera, but she's got a beautiful mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I see the crunching and all that. It's just what people take, and I mean, the problem is you're a slave to whatever you do.
I know, but
whatever you do, you need the same content. I need to
explain myself, and I'm embarrassed that I need to, but I eat by myself, and sometimes it's nice to, if somebody's eating tacos, to eat tacos with me. It's like I'm eating with a friend. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's not good. That's a bad sign. You invite somebody over with tacos.
I know. I need to pick up the phone.
Not like you're eating worms. No. Again, some of these people don't even do the video at home. They're in their effing car. You're in your car. You're not even taking the food home. You're like, or they review a Big Mac. Like, I'm like, I've never had a Big Mac.
It has better sound in the car. It echoes better.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I can't afford this soundboard. It's enough. It's, as I said, it's just, to me, it's insane. Where I'm like, does everybody gotta?
I love it.
But there are a lot of people, as I say, doing well, and talking about stuck in a Groundhog Day of just the same old thing. And I've seen some where I'm like, oh, that's a good video, and then they have every day they got to put a video with something similar happens. And I'm just like, oh, God, you got no content. I mean, I'd just like to see somebody mix it up. But no, it is exactly the same videos time and time again from everybody. They're stuck in a loop trying to get that hit. As I said, if you're the guy that slips on a banana peel, you got to go slip on a banana peel every day somewhere. Oh, another banana peel. Whoops. It's insane. It drives me nuts because I watch it.
The yodeling kid in Walmart. I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I haven't even seen that one. I don't like them.
I could talk to you all day, and I will call you right back after this video just to be able to keep talking to you. But 2 questions. What?
Only one. No, I'm just.
What can we do to follow you from now on? Do you have a website, Facebook?
No, I'm unfollowable. I used to like Twitter. I barely tweet anymore.
Or X.
Don't really have it.
It's not even Twitter anymore. It's X.
Yeah, Twitter X. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I used to like it, but it was, once again, it was a lot of work, and for the amount of effort, it wasn't. I mean, I did it for 9 years.
Like, are you at the well this weekend?
Yeah. No, God. I mean, your best bet of seeing me is to ride a bus. I drive a bus now, so.
You're a bus driver?
Yeah. I can just roll my eyes when you tell me you don't have any money. I'm like, yes, a bus driver, yeah. So, yeah. It's the best job in the world.
Now, are we talking kids or like a city bus?
Oh no, not kids. I do get kids. You get everybody. You get a wide assortment of people. So I drove cab for a long time, so I just drive a bus now, and city bus. So in the city I grew up in fact, I drive the route that I caught when I was a kid. So
Wow.
a lot of memories of throwing snowballs at the bus that I now drive, and so it's come full circle.
Curbs and big turns when someone's like too far in your lane, like all that's gotta suck.
All of it's terrifying. Yeah, for sure. You're in a giant bus that doesn't slow down quickly. Yeah, I mean it's a learning curve at the beginning, and it gets easier. But I mean with bike lanes and stuff like that, now the roads are getting more narrow, and
Do you bring
worse
alarm
drivers than ever.
and can you listen to music while you're driving?
No music. You are allowed these earplugs that dampen the noise, but then I'm like, I'm stuck with my own thoughts. So no thanks. It's easier just to. I like to hear the sounds of the road.
Do you look in the mirror and tap the brakes twice and ask the people questions like you guys?
No, that's Kevin. Kevin Fox used to do that joke. Yeah, for sure. No, they get that all the time. It's I make their head shake all the time. There's no way to stop a bus quickly, and people don't really pay attention. So there's a lot of herky jerky, but I try. Depends on the bus. Some buses are a little easier, but some are like. So yeah, well, but it's.
I appreciate you taking your day off to talk with me about your stories, and I love that you emceed the Robin Williams shows. And
long time ago, yeah.
I miss you terribly, and I miss you standing, and doing the whole set with your hand on your chest. I never understood that, and
yeah, that's exactly it. So I think I was having a heart attack half the time. So. I have it on my chest right now. That's so.
Really?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what's keeping me from falling forward.
I think what you used to do is you used to rest your hand on your belly like your diet.
It was on my belly. Yeah, it was on the belly.
Just because it was too Santa.
It was just kept it there. So
I guess you do not putting your hand in your pocket or anything like that. Anyway, again, I could talk to you all day, but my darling, if you could say one last thing, say it loud, say it proud. I love Newsload.
Do I love Newsload? I don't want to commit to Newsload here. I love Newsload.
Thank you.
Whatever it is. Whatever. I assume it's that globe though. Bye.
Bye, Sean.
This is the Newsload.